One of humanity's defining attributes is its profound ability to actively transcend certain aspects of its very own nature. This distinguishing, but rather unique attribute is arguably what separates man from the rest of the animals within the animal kingdom. This unique attribute, when rationally structured, gives rise to the discipline of philosophy. Philosophy is the central discipline which undermines and governs much of our daily lives and relationships, ranging from interactions with family, friends, peers, co-workers, neighbors, and spouses, as well as ourselves. Yet, so few of us rarely connect these dots in a conscious and elegant manner. Philosophy's intended goal, much like religion, for all intents and purposes, was developed with a distinct goal to impact, modify, revise, or change human behavior. Unfortunately, in today's postmodern relativistic world, philosophy is viewed primarily as nothing more than a frivolous, trivial, and often overlooked instrument in the feeble minds of the insidious masses. In this somewhat eloquent piece, even if all I'm ever able to do is spark a dim fuse in the minds of the few, I think it may be well worth the endeavor, to say the least. Philosophy, in its literal sense, means love of wisdom, and although many philosophers and philosophies hang in the balance, there still remains an all-encompassing, all-abrasive, valid, and objective truth. Of course, we'll do more on this in the future. Just as good is the opposite of evil, philosophy is the opposite of sophistry. Arguably, sophistry is by far one of man's oldest and greatest enemies of all time. Since the early days of Socrates to the present, man as a species was riddled by the great plague of sophistry. It was, and has always been the eternal and vigilant duty of philosophy to expose, attack, and to ultimately eradicate the plague of sophistry wherever it may lurk. If left unchecked, which one could reasonably say it has, sophistry metastasizes. Upon reaching its height of metastasization, sophistry begins to morph into a new form unlike any other. This new form, if you will, is a form known to man as evil. This form, especially in a postmodern relativistic era like our present, is often very hard to see because it is so well camouflaged. It's because of such a camouflage that evil is able to flourish, often at the expense of virtue. This camouflage manifests itself in many subtle ways, ranging from a variety of concepts and philosophies from government, religion, relativism, culture, egalitarianism, feminism, politics, war, and this, my friends, is sadly just the tip of the iceberg. Unfortunately, some of this metastasizing sophistry has managed to spill over into the realm of philosophy. Though, fear not, for on the flip side of the exact same coin, even philosophy has its great strides and leaps every now and then. These leaps often encompass the separation and achievement of church and state, the abolitionist movement, universal property rights for minority groups at large, as well as the gradual progression towards a more secular society, aka the scientific revolution. This reality, whether we be aware of it consciously, unconsciously, or even subconsciously, is why we so desperately need philosophy. Beware, for in the absence of philosophy, all that shall flourish is sophistry, and wherever sophistry flourishes, evil flourishes. If evil prevails, quality of life and livelihood withers. As the old saying once went, the price of freedom is, will be, and has always been eternal vigilance. And, not to forget, that the best lie ever told is often a half-truth. I think I'll stop for now, and we'll call this my very subtle introduction, if you will. Thank you. I am looking forward to any feedback in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Be sure to add your thoughts or your agreements or disagreements and just put it out there. But until the next time, thank you.